Hello, my loves. Happy July. Can we believe it's July? We've come to the second half of the year and we've just come through some incredibly potent and challenging, initiating passages. We've of course come through the solstice, which felt like a gateway, as of course it always does, but a gateway whereby we were being asked to step through to a new and really new version of ourselves where, you know, perhaps nothing will ever be the same again. And I think this is almost true of each and every day at the moment. Each and every day is so jam-packed with astrological alignments and events, many of which have not been seen before, or certainly recently, in recent years. We had this full moon at the weekend. I wonder how this felt for you, this strawberry moon. It was intense. I felt a lot of people in the light field experienced physical symptoms, emotional, spiritual initiations. I was one of those and found it incredibly challenging to keep coming back into alignment. And I think this is the thing, it was the call to keep coming back into alignment. And what I really want to talk to today, want to speak into, which I feel is incredibly important for us all to hear, and I'm sure that if you're an empath and if you're on the light field, you're really feeling this too, is I think we're really being called to remember our magic and to remember our soul mission, to remember why we incarnated at this time. As things are really now starting to dissolve and change, and this dissolution of the a lot of systems and a lot of structures and a lot of patterns that are absolutely not in service to the highest good and to the frequency of love and harmony and peace are continuing to dismantle. It feels very much now like a clarion call from the angelic realm, from our guides, from the fae, from Mother Nature herself, for us to remember just how powerful and just how magnificent we are individually, and of course when we come into to work collectively together, this is amplified, manifold. But I just really want to remind you today of the absolute majesty of your soul, of your sovereignty, of your capacity to create miracles and magic in your life. And again, the iteration, the remembrance that we don't need to know the absolute bigger picture right now. But what we do need to know is those each and every next step that we take to be called into creating something incredibly beautiful in our realities. In a lot of my client sessions at the moment, this is something that's coming up. It's people are really starting to remember, whether this is in coaching sessions or working in the halls of Amantai. It's a call. People are remembering now, piece by piece, or they're just remembering the frequency of their soul's essence. We all know that when we when we sat around in the in-between life space and decided now was the time. We were called to be a part of this great awakening and to help humanity and the earth and one another to step into this, to create this new earth. It's now the time when this information is fertile and it's ready and it's available to us, and we just need to ask, and we just need to find a quiet space whereby we can sit and remember. When we gather in person as well or online, this is amplified. And in High Vibe Tribe last week, we were a group of dedicated souls that really were able to taste the potential of the beauty that we can create just by sitting in ceremony together and by working in nature. I mean, you've only got to look outside at the moment. I feel that nature is almost, it's so intensified. The colours of the greens of nature, the golds, the blue sky. We've had, of course, a lot of hot weather across Europe and the UK, and it's really brought everything to its fullest expression of beauty, I feel, and it's something that's reflected in us. We're a part of that. So my message really today is to remember your magic, remember your soul frequency and your soul pattern, because you're here for a reason, and you are here to create as much joy and love and peace and harmony in your own life, but also to help others to do the same. And it's an exciting time. It's a really exciting time. The theme of joy as well is so important. I sat with a beautiful Annetta Rose, and we gave our a beautiful event reclaiming joy in the fairy realm last Thursday, and one of the messages that really came through from the Fae was to sit in our authenticity, and it's then when we sit in our authenticity that we can be fully expressed in our joy, because there's no there's no playing small. We did not incarnate to play small. We incarnated to create something different to the world that we were born into. Something different, something more magical, and to remember our multidimensional selves, to remember the essence of the elemental selves that we have, our angelic presence, our galactic origins, our star origins, and all of those codes, all of those beautiful frequencies that we bring. So, my loves, I'm very enthusiastically sitting here today to remind you of how beautiful, how magnificent, and how magical you are. Please drop me a message if this resonates with you, and just take the time to recognize that in yourself. Well, I'm sending you so much love, and until next week, remember your magic, remember your beauty, and stay in joy and in love. Mwah.